this day our daily bread, and to the republic for which it stands, and by the power invested in me, I pronounce us ready to eat. Amen.
When I was a kid, I begged my mom for months to buy me the Sister Act 5HS tape as a Christmas gift. The day I finally unwrapped it, I was over the moon with happiness and watched it over and over again until I knew it by heart. From Whoopi Goldberg's infectious laughter, the scene where Dolores walks into the church in her sparkling sequin dress singing My Guy, to the explosive finale when the whole convent belts out I Will Follow Him. But it wasn't until I grew up that I was completely shocked. Sister Act was inspired by a real nun who once kissed Elvis. Bette Midler almost played the lead, but turned it down because she was afraid it would ruin her image. And the nuns actually went to casinos in their habits, drinking, smoking, and partying all night, turning the whole city upside down. From a warm, family-friendly movie to a wild and chaotic behind-the-scenes reality. Today, I'm going to tell you all the darkest and most surprising truths about Sister Act that you probably never knew. 15. The nuns went gambling, drinking, and smoking after hours. Do you still remember those scenes of the gentle, obedient nuns standing and singing gospel in the peaceful convent? Those images once made so many of us kids feel so warm and innocent. But if you knew what happened behind the scenes, you'd burst out laughing. After wrapping each day of filming in the gambling city of Reno, Nevada, Kathy Najimy, Sister Mary Patrick, and Wendy McKenna, Sister Mary Robert, didn't go back to their rooms to pray. They kept their full black nun habits on and headed straight to the casino like two girls skipping school. The two nuns sat at the blackjack table, sipping cocktails, smoking Marlboros, and laughing hysterically all night long. One time, they ordered room service, wine and fries, while playing an adult film on TV. When the young bellhop knocked and entered, he saw the scene and turned bright red, stuttering before running out as fast as he could. Other casino guests stared in disbelief, whispering to each other. Did the Vatican just move their convent to the Nevada desert for a party? Sweet and holy on screen, but extremely down-to-earth and wild behind the cameras. Those nights not only helped the cast relieve stress after long shooting days, but also created real bonding. That's why, when they returned to set, they brought such genuine energy and emotion to those iconic gospel scenes. 14. Bette Midler almost played Dolores, but turned it down and regretted it for life. Originally, the script for Sister Act was written specifically for Bette Midler, the entertainment queen, singer, and actress who dominated Hollywood in the late 80s. The role seemed tailor-made for her. Singing, comedy, and big personality. Everyone thought Midler would be the perfect choice. However, Bette Midler turned it down. The reason? She was worried that wearing a nun's habit would ruin her sexy diva image in the eyes of her fans. The result? Whoopi Goldberg took the role and turned Sister Act into a box office blockbuster and a major cultural phenomenon of the 90s. Many years later, Bette Midler publicly admitted, "I regretted it so much." One decision, just a hair's breadth apart, completely changed the fate of the movie and both actresses' careers. Classic Hollywood. Sometimes rejecting a role becomes the biggest mistake of your career. 13. The movie was inspired by a real nun who kissed Elvis Presley. Did you know Sister Act wasn't entirely fictional? The story was inspired by a truly remarkable real person, Mother Dolores Hart, a Hollywood actress who caused a sensation when she kissed Elvis Presley on screen in the 1957 film Loving You. At just 24 years old, at the peak of her career, with beauty and a bright future ahead, she suddenly gave up everything, entered Regina Lodis Abbey, and became a real Benedictine nun, a life she continues to this day. When preparing Sister Act, screenwriter Paul Rudnick corresponded with Mother Dolores Hart for inspiration. She even gave him valuable advice. Don't make her too pious, which helped the film stay fun and lighthearted instead of preachy. From a kiss with the king of rock and roll to a lifetime behind convent walls, her incredible journey became the quiet but profound soul of Sister Act. 12. Whoopi Goldberg was so angry at Disney, she refused all promotion. Do you remember the excitement when Sister Act hit theaters in 1992? The whole cinema would erupt in laughter and applause every time Whoopi Goldberg appeared with her singing and sharp humor. Yet behind that spotlight, Whoopi was furious with Disney. After filming Wrapped, creative conflicts exploded. Whoopi was so upset that she refused to do any promotion for the movie. No interviews, no talk shows, no red carpets, no TV appearances. She simply disappeared. Disney was worried. but Sister Act still became a massive box office hit, earning over $231 million on a $31 million budget, all thanks to strong word of mouth from audiences who saw it and told their friends and family to go watch. That's Whoopi Goldberg, strong, stubborn, and authentic. Even without doing a single piece of promotion, her laughter and charisma still spread everywhere. A true divine of cinema. 11. Whoopi Goldberg became the highest paid actress in Hollywood thanks to Sister Act. In the 1990s, Hollywood was still a man's world. Male actors received sky-high salaries, while even famous female actresses were paid significantly less. But Whoopi Goldberg changed all that with Sister Act. After the huge success of the first film, while negotiating the sequel, she didn't just ask for more money the usual way. Instead, Whoopi made a smart and powerful move. She demanded that Disney release her passion project, Serafina, in the US market. Thanks to that brilliant power move, Whoopi became the highest paid actress in Hollywood at that time. From a black comedienne, Whoopi didn't just elevate herself. She opened the door for better pay for generations of female actresses who came after her. Every time I rewatch Sister Act, I don't just remember the laughter, but also the strength and determination of a woman who rewrote history in her own way. 10. The movie started filming before the script was even finished. Can you imagine? A classic film like Sister Act began shooting while the script was still incomplete? It's true. In September 1991, filming officially started, but the script was not yet finalized. After Bette Midler left and Whoopi Goldberg joined, Disney only gave them 2 weeks to overhaul the entire story. The set was pure chaos. Actors received new script pages every day on set. Director Emile Ardolino had to direct and rewrite dialogue on the spot. Whoopi wasn't satisfied with some parts, so she called her friend Carrie Fisher, the famous script doctor, to come put out the fires. Ironically, that chaos helped create the film's authentic energy. Many of the sharpest and funniest lines were born during this frantic writing-on-the-run period. 9. The studio wanted to give Dolores a romantic love story. Sister Act is famous for its strong, independent Dolores who doesn't need a man. But few know that Disney once tried to turn her into someone completely different. During script development, the studio kept pushing for a romantic angle because they feared the movie wouldn't appeal to audiences without a love story. They drafted multiple versions, Dolores falling for a witty detective or a handsome young priest. Disney believed audiences, especially women, needed a classic Hollywood happy ending with a kiss, or at least lingering romantic glances. Thankfully, after many intense debates, the idea was dropped. Dolores remained pure and strong. That brave decision is exactly what made Sister Act so special and authentic. 8. Disney was sued for plagiarism. Twice. Sister Act is a joyful childhood movie for so many people, but behind it were 2 major plagiarism lawsuits. The first happened in 1993, just 1 year after release. 2 writers sued Disney and Whoopi Goldberg for $200 million, claiming the film stole ideas from their script. The second was even bigger. In 2011, a black nun named Delois Blakely sued Disney for up to $1 billion, claiming the character Dolores Van Cartier was based on her autobiography. These lawsuits caused Disney headaches for a while. Although they eventually won both cases, it shows that Sister Act wasn't just a comedy. It was a cultural phenomenon full of drama right from the start. 7. Wendy McKenna didn't sing for real, but Whoopi did. One of the most memorable moments in Sister Act is when Sister Mary Robert, Wendy McKenna, first raises her voice to sing, her soaring, emotional voice silencing the entire convent. But here's the fun fact. Wendy McKenna did not sing the difficult gospel parts. Those beautiful vocals belong to studio singer Andrea Robinson. In complete contrast, Whoopi Goldberg, who wasn't a professional singer, sang all her parts live and for real. She trained hard to perform those energetic gospel numbers. The combination of Whoopi's real voice and Wendy's dubbed vocals created a choir that felt both authentic and explosive, something audiences across generations still remember fondly. 6. The nuns' habits in the movie were completely inaccurate. If you're familiar with Catholicism, you'll notice something quite big. The nuns' costumes in Sister Act are not accurate. The film says the characters belong to the Carmelite order, but the habits, veils, and colors were designed for cinematic appeal rather than religious accuracy. The director and costume designer deliberately simplified and changed them to create stronger visual contrast between black and white. Surprisingly, almost no audience members cared. For many people, the image of nuns in black and white habits singing gospel has become a beautiful memory, even if it wasn't entirely correct from a religious standpoint. 5. Harvey Keitel had a destiny year with nuns. 1992 was an incredibly special year for Harvey Keitel. In Sister Act, he played Vince LaRocca, the ruthless gangster chasing Dolores. But just months earlier, he played a fallen, guilt-ridden priest in the film Bad Lieutenant. In the same year, Keitel played both a criminal hunting nuns and a priest who had lost his faith. The extreme contrast between these two completely opposite roles left many people in awe. Hollywood rarely gives audiences the chance to see one talented actor dive so dramatically between sin and faith in the same year. 4. The movie was adapted into a Broadway musical. Sister Act didn't just succeed on the big screen. It continued to thrive brilliantly on stage. In 2011, the Sister Act musical officially premiered on Broadway. The choir numbers were expanded, the music was more spectacular, and audiences got to experience the explosive gospel songs live on stage. Notably, Whoopi Goldberg didn't reprise Dolores, but returned as Mother Superior, a meaningful homecoming after more than 20 years. Many people who watched the movie as kids brought their own children and even grandchildren to the theater to relive those childhood memories together. From the silver screen to Broadway, Sister Act truly became a lasting cultural phenomenon. 3. The soundtrack created a cultural shock. What made Sister Act far more than just a comedy was its music. Mark Shaman brilliantly transformed familiar pop songs into explosive gospel. My Guy became My God, and I Will Follow Him turned into a powerful church choir number. The soundtrack dominated the Billboard charts for over a year and made its way into churches, schools, weddings, and graduations across America. Many church choirs even performed these songs during Sunday services. Sister Act achieved what few comedies have. It brought gospel closer to the mainstream public and blurred the line between religious music and mass entertainment. 2. The movie made $231 million on a $31 million budget. When Sister Act hit theaters in 1992, no one had high expectations. It had to compete with big blockbusters like Batman Returns and Lethal Weapon 3. But the result shocked everyone. With a budget of only $31 million, it earned over $231 million worldwide, becoming one of the biggest hits of the year. Its real success came afterward. In the VHS era, Sister Act became one of the most rented videos in stores. Millions of American families watched and rewatched it on weekends, turning it into an unforgettable childhood memory for an entire generation. 1. Whoopi Goldberg sang everything live, while the talented nun was dubbed. This is the fact that surprises most people. When Sister Mary Robert sings her soaring solo in the convent, that beautiful voice does not belong to Wendy McKenna. The difficult gospel parts were dubbed by studio singer Andrea Robinson. In contrast, Whoopi Goldberg, who was not a professional singer, sang 100% live for all of Dolores's parts. She trained extremely hard to deliver those powerful gospel numbers. The blend of Whoopi's real voice and the perfect dubbing created musical moments that felt both authentic and explosive, still bringing tears to audiences' eyes whenever they hear them again. And those are the most interesting truths behind Sister Act, a joyful childhood movie that was full of drama behind the scenes. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and share your memories of Sister Act. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more classic movies. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.